Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites. How are we doing today? Hopefully everybody is doing well. I got something to share with you guys, an important conversation. Thank you, Steve, for kicking off the contribution. Said what it is, everybody. Thank you so much for that. We are going to have to talk today about this fatherlessness stuff. Now, we always know that the deadbeat thing is greatly exaggerated, and and a lot of times, due to parental alienation, a lot of these single mothers are able to create different narratives and things of that nature in a personal life. Like, they'll create a narrative for the child. Oh, your daddy didn't want you. Oh, your daddy didn't want to be around. You know, if he wanted to be here, he would be here. You know, if he wanted to take care of you, he would have took care of you, but it was just me. So I was the only one taking care of you. And, you know, blah, 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 blah. You know, that whole thing. So they're able to create environments where they can actively say he's a deadbeat. And I'm going to show you a video. Now, there's going to be a little bit of language in the video, but that's okay. And I'm going to run it through once, and then I may run it through twice. You never know. But we're going to talk about what this video depicts. Now, there was one or two people in the comment section, oh, this is a skit. You know, we back to it being a skit. Everything is a skit. But I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys hear it.
Come on. It's not a problem. Every time he come with me and I chastise him about something, he want to get in his feelings and shoot you a text message. Okay. He want to go back home.
All right. But the thing is, you run your house like a boot camp. That's why your other kids ain't happy there.
No,
He's not used to that.
I run my house with structure and discipline. That's what I run my household with. I'm not saying that you're not doing a good job of that, but that's what I run my house with. And when he get in his feelings, he want to come home because I chastise him.
Right. But he don't do that there. I do everything here. I clean his room. I do the dishes. I clean up. He don't do that. That's why he don't ever want to be there. He don't want to be at your house because you run that shit like a fucking boot camp, man.
You can't be serious. How you gonna raise a young man like that? He ain't gonna be able to know how to fend for himself. Cook, clean, mow the grass. He ain't gonna be able to do none of that shit.
He can do other stuff. He can do other stuff.
Who's teaching him?
I'm teaching him. He still got to learn how to be compassionate towards others and be nice to others.
Listen,
you're doing too much on him,
I'm
man.
not doing too much. You're raising this boy to be too goddamn soft, man.
What you mean by soft?
Look, at the rate he gonna end up being a felon on the street, a fucking mama's boy don't nobody want, or you gonna end up being gay. One of the three.
Okay, but you already have a son that's gay.
But I didn't raise him. But that's just my opinion.
So you saying I'm raising him, I'm turning him to be out to be gay?
That's not what I'm saying. See, you trying to paint Change the whole narrative. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about me disciplining my son and you not being an interference. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, look though, that's not how I discipline though.
He could be
You
whatever.
too hard
No,
on.
he could be. He could be whatever he want to be. Let's get that straight.
Okay.
He can
But
be
you
whatever he
too
wants.
hard on him. You too hard on him.
I'm supposed to be hard on them. That's wrong with these kids.
Why
now.
you think your other kids don't want to come? You too hard on them, man. That's too much. Let them be a kid.
So I got to be the fall guy because I want to be hard on my kids to make sure they turn out right, better than I did.
Look, come on, come on, baby, come on, get out the car.
Oh my gosh,
come
man, that's the whole.
Come on.
Really, son?
Come on, mama, take care of you. I'll take you shopping later on, okay?
See what I'm talking about? That's the type of shit I'm talking about. That type shit.
Man, Jaquez, go on. We don't need that shit. Go on. Go on about your business, man. We don't need that.
Really?
Because the thing is this: at the end of the day, I take care of them. All I asked you to do was to step in and give them some,
That's all I'm doing. That's my son, man. That's all I'm trying to do is be there for him and raise him right.
You don't got to discipline and yelling them out.
I ain't had my father in my life, okay? So I know what it feels like, but I need to raise him and discipline him and show him the right way, better than I did. You feel?
No, I don't agree with you on that part.
You can't be serious, man. That's bullshit, man.
Man, just go on. Go. I'll take care of my son from here. We don't need you.
Okay.
We good.
Hey, keep that same energy when you need some money now.
All right.
All right.
Make no sense.
Oh.
Now, we are going to go back through that possibly because I want you guys to notice several things. That, first of all, that was not a skit. That wasn't a skit. That boy looked to be about 12 years old, so he was no younger than about 12. Okay. All right. This is a boy in puberty. Now, she gonna want to call him when he get mad, when she tell him to call to turn off Call of Duty, and he don't want to do it, and he throw that control at her head, and then he raise up and say that with his chest about how she don't tell him what to do. Then she gonna want to call his daddy. You got to come get him, do something with him. No. When he was young enough for daddy's authority to mean something to him, he was young enough for daddy to scam. And truth be told, even at 15, 16, he's still young enough for daddy to scare him. But it take on a different color when you forced the father to not be in his life on a consistent basis, as to where when his father do come and say, hey, man, what you doing? That actually will mean something to him. If you X the father out, especially at this stage, this is a critical stage for boys. Critical stage for boys. Because soon he's going to test his mother. Whether the daddy was in the house or not, the son tests the mama. No sooner than he get about 12, anywhere from about 12, don't let him be a big 12. Don't let him be big for his age. Don't let him kind of be a big boy. Okay? Don't let him be a little tall or something like that. And he'll test his mama, even with the daddy in the house. Mama tell him something. Mama got to tell him 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Do something. I ain't going to repeat myself. He, okay, ma. All right, ma. Blow her off until she say, all right, just keep on sitting right there. We going to see that your daddy wants you to do it. I'm going to get up and do it. No. Stay right there. Go ahead, play your game. Play your game till daddy get in here. And I want to see is you going to keep on playing in. You're going to tell him, all right, like you do me. And that's a minor test. That's a minor test that a boy will do with his mother. And it can be more severe than that. It can be physical. Because once he get to a certain space, you threatening him, you threaten to quote unquote put your hands on him. That don't mean nothing to him. That don't mean nothing to him because he can take you. The reality is that he can physically handle you. He'll get to an age where he can physically handle you. So your physical threat doesn't mean anything to him. And depending on how unruly he gonna be, he might go ahead, put his hands on you to show you a thing or two. You know, one thing that the old folk used to say about kids, if you play with a dog, he'll lick your face. That was one. The other one was, if you don't whoop them, they whoop you. Two sayings that I found to be true over the years. You play with a dog, he lick your face. What that mean? I got some young folk in here don't know what that means. That if you keep playing, they'll do something you don't want them to do. They'll overstep boundaries if you don't set boundaries. That's what, if you play with a dog, he lick your face. That's what that means. And the other one was, if you don't whoop them, they will whoop you. I.e., if you do not set up discipline for children, and yes, I'm talking about spankings when they are in spanking age. He's like kind of aged out of spankings. Unless he do something real egregious, then his father can get him. He have to do something real egregious at this point, because at 11, 12, 13, you really shouldn't be getting spankings no more whoopings, because everything that at this point, you should be doing what I say out of respect. You should be obedient to me out of respect. I shouldn't have to scare you no more. You're too big for that. And you know better than that. Spankings is for little kids. Or it's supposed to be. If I got to put my hands on you and you 12, there was some part of the parenting that didn't go right. Because you real out of pocket. What I'm putting my hands on you, you too old for that. I ought to be able to talk to you and get you straight. And this is go double for boys. Don't let him wake up one of them mornings he done went and had his first wet dream. Oh, you mean he producing little minions now? Oh, baby, bye. He really feel it now. Don't let him get a little hell too. Don't let him get a little hell too down now. Don't let his little voice get a little deep and he can hit that last growth spurt. Now he really, come on with it now. Hey, boy, who you bucking up to? You better simmer down. Now, I know you trying to call yourself growing into manhood, and that's fine, but you ain't going to run over me and grow into it. But that's old school, right? This newfangled single parent, single mother, especially black women, raising these son husbands. Now, she ain't doing nothing but crippling that boy. Couple of things that I want to point out before we really get into all of the different problems that we see. She kept bringing up that man's other children. This is an attempt at a low blow. To remind him several times in that short conversation that his ability to parent his children has been hampered by his other baby mom or baby mothers. We don't know how many or whatever. She's bringing that up to hurt him. She's bringing that up to hurt him. Well, that's why your other kids don't want to come around. Ain't never you mad about that. You ain't none of their mama. So what you bring it up for? Worry about the one you had. Don't be worried about the other ones. Because you got with him with the other one, so that don't even need to be part of your conversation. What you worried about his other kids for? They say that type of stuff if they know, and this is why chicks was getting triggered when Shaq just came out. The video was going viral with him, was saying, don't let your woman, or no woman, your woman or no other woman, know all your personal stuff. Don't tell them everything, because they bring it back in your face. No sooner than they get mad, now everything that you share with them in confidence and stuff like that, you figure it was a safe space. You could tell your woman this or tell your woman that. Here she go. No sooner than a little, argument pop up, or, she feels some type of way. Now, all of the things that you told her back in your face, they part of the argument. It ain't had nothing to do with nothing. That's why your kids ain't want to be with you. You know what you know about it. Now, if you say that to one of these little scallywags that ain't got custody of her kids, she'll cry victim. You ain't supposed to speak. Don't speak on my kids. Don't speak on nobody else's kids. I speak on them little ghost babies you got, because you sure ain't got them. Where they at? I don't see no kids. Them little CPS kids. Them living over there with your mama kids. Your sister got your kids. Court order say you ain't supposed to have visitation with your kids. Then you don't want nobody. I don't speak on nobody's kids. So she was saying all of that to try to throw that in his face. She was, she was throwing it in his face about the kids, about his children. Then had the audacity. Let's go back to the video. We're going to pick it apart. That's what we're going to do. We're going to pick this apart. Now, this is the beginning.
Come on.
It's not a problem. Every time he's home with me and I chastise him about something, he want to get in his feelings and shoot you a text message. Okay. He want to go back home.
All right. But the thing is, you run your house like a boot camp. That's why your other kids ain't happy there.
No,
he's not used to that.
I run my house with structure and discipline. That's what I.
Now, that's why they ain't together. Let me say that. That first little sentence that he said, but you run your house like a boot camp. That's how she felt living with him. That's how she felt being with him. She run her house with that boy how she wanted the relationship to go with him. He has order and don't nobody like it, because everybody want to be out of order, including her. So she makes sure to run her house the complete opposite of whatever system, order, and structure he brought to that household. So he had standards and rules and regulations in that relationship and in that house. You could tell by the type of guy he is. He was paying bills and all that kind of stuff. He wasn't no, laying on the couch type of dude. He looked like the type of dude, all he do is get some type of work done, whether it's on the book or off. Okay. And he wanted her, because she sounded like an older woman. She ain't no young whippersnapper. She ain't no spring chicken either. He wanted her to be a wife. She probably played that game like she was going to do that. But when it got on into the relationship and the day-to-day and all that kind of stuff, she couldn't tolerate the system, order, and structure from him that even applied to her. She couldn't tolerate that. I'm certain it was the cause of many an argument and many a falling out, until she pulled the trigger on the relationship. I'm telling y'all how it went. Just from that, just from this little snippet. She don't like no system, order, and structure. She don't want none for her son. She didn't want none for that man. Now, let her tell it. He was controlling. She already wanted. It's a boot camp, so he's controlling. According to her, he too controlling. He too strict. That was what she told her girlfriends when they asked what happened to her relationship. That was her whole complaint. Girl, he controlling. Girl, girl, I can't do this. Girl, and he want this and he want me to do that. Girl, he expected me to do. Girl, can you believe that? And you know, she had a whole story about all the stuff he was quote unquote doing to her and all the wrong that he was doing to her. Everything he did was ridiculous. Every request he had was out of control. None of it was reasonable. He just couldn't be a regular, you know, and you know, he just want, you know, I just can't do it. Meaning he won't do what I want him to do. So I'm mad. And they be wanting men that won't bend and budge like that. That won't let you put a battery in his back. They want men like that. But then when they get around those men, they can't tolerate it. When he start putting system, order, and structure down, instead of just accepting the system, order, and structure, they feel personally attacked by it. Well, what you trying to say? I'm trying to say you out of order. And I'm trying to put the order here. I'm not saying you a bad woman or a bad person. I'm just saying some of the stuff that's going on, we can't really have that going on. It's just not conducive to nothing. This is causing a problem. So why come we can't just fix the problem? Why not? Girl, and then women getting their feelings about how he's quote unquote talking to them and how, you know, how he's saying stuff. It'll go into that. If he's not wrong and they can't point out that he's wrong, then it'll be his tone. He talking to her this kind of way and that kind of way. So that's where the argument got to come from. Instead of just accepting, you know what I'm saying, what's being said, as long as he's not saying nothing wrong, he ain't saying nothing crazy, I don't know why you can't accept it. Men are not always going to sugarcoat and baby and coddle. That's just not how they talk. So unless he literally mean you some harm when he talking, he pretty much just talking like a dude. So what I'm gonna need you to do is knock it off and be an adult, so you can have an adult conversation. Every conversation that he had with you not gonna be a coddle session. As long as he not getting unreasonably out of pocket, you know what I'm saying? I don't nobody want to be called out their name, a B, a hoe, or this or that, you know, every time you say something. As long as people ain't being disrespectful, why you got a problem? So that's part number one of the foolishness. You run your house like a boot camp. That's how he was running the relationship, quote unquote, like a boot camp. Now, I'm pretty sure, without even knowing this dude, that he probably was reasonable. Even in this conversation, he never gets unreasonable. He never raises his voice to an unreasonable degree. He doesn't start cussing her out. He don't start calling her no names. He doesn't do any of that stuff in what is really an infuriating conversation. Let me just say that. Because anytime it's almost like you trolling. And he kind of said that. He was like, you got to be kidding, right? You can't be serious right now, right? Because the answers was trolling. She know he was right, but anything to be a contrarian. I actually hate stuff like that. I can't stand talking to people that just want to be a contrarian. You just want to contradict what's being said just because you can contradict it. Like, I don't want to have no conversation with you. I'm trying to talk about something serious. We trying to get to the bottom of something. We trying to actually discuss something. You know what I'm saying? And you want to get all into this other stuff and be a contrarian. Nobody want to hear that. You know, you want to nitpick a little point and then go off on a tangent. I don't want to hear that. I don't know if nobody else got that pet peeve, but I do. I do not like contrarians. I don't like people that be like, well, let me play devil's advocate. Why you want to advocate with that fool? You advocating with him for? Just say you want to present a different perspective. Don't say you being a devil's advocate, because now I think you troll. I've come not to like that. Just say you want to come from a different perspective. You know, check this out. What if it's like this? I can handle that. I started not liking that little phrase because I used to say that too. Then I thought about it. Why is we being a devil's advocate? I don't like that phrase. But anyway, this is a contrarian. She undermined everything that man ever put down. And that was the doom of their relationship. That's why they're not together. Because every time he tried to put system, order, and structure down, she undermined it, like she about to do, like she did in the video. Undermine his entire authority. You cannot have a relationship, and you definitely cannot have children in a household where one is undermining the other one, where one parent is undermining the other one. You can't have you got to be a unified front, especially in front of kids, because you don't want them to get it in their head that they can play one against the other. Like, no, we're not playing this game with you. We are not playing this game with you. Before I go back to this, we're going to take a commercial break. So after these messages, we'll be right back. And go ahead and go to ashkicking.com. Click the link at the top of the chat. If you want to keep your skin looking and feeling and smelling its absolute best, then you definitely want to check out their wonderful, creamy, I love the texture of it, body butter, which I'm still working on that body butter. When I tell you they fill the jar, they actually fill the jar up. Any of their body care products, their lip balm, their face moisturizer, their deodorant, even their incense. So if you want your whole home and body to be in a whole vibe, you definitely want to make your order at ashkicking.com. And if this is your first order, please take advantage of the 10% discount that you can receive by using the promo code Crimson. Once again, the link is at the top of the chat for ashkicking.com. I don't know how many likes I need, but I owe y'all a bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. You got to go ahead and hit the like button for me. Let me get to the super chats. Thank you, brother man. It's an interesting aesthetic on your new set. Thank you so much. Thank you, Yusuf. Said these women are collective mental illness. Thank you, Original Man. So according to recent census reports, less than 20% are pookies, 33% of Black men are married, compared to 27% of Black women, and 57% of Black men are single and childless. Black men are also the most involved fathers compared to other races. Myth debunked. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, Marty, to finally have a chance to watch live. Thank you for all that you do. You're very welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Skinny Boy said they raised this, then complain we're sassy. You know, we could talk about that sassy stuff too, because If black men are overwhelmingly sassy, whose fault is that? Because she felt to raise one just in this clip. You mean to tell me a boy about 12 years old don't know how to do nothing? He don't clean his room. He don't pick up them little nasty socks off the floor and put them in the washing machine. So you just ain't teaching him no life skills? When I tell you at 12 years old, I could run a whole household. The only thing I really couldn't do was pay bills. And that was just about a hair on my chinny chin chin. I bet you in the hood back in the day, you could find your little hustle. Thank you, Miss Betchua. Said good evening, Sister Kendra in chat, just making it into the feast. Thank you so much. Thank you, Quinn. Said Crimson, I'm curious about your thoughts on the white couple who adopted a black child and asked for help doing her hair. I believe that a loving two-parent home is more important than hair. I have not seen that, so I don't know any context for that. I think I feel a little bit away when I just see a white couple go out their way to adopt a black kid. I don't know, but I have not seen any video like that, so I can't really give a helpful commentary about that. Thank you, Damien. Said, good evening, sister. The Most High bless you. May the Most High bless you and us all, and I'll take my hyena burger. Well done. Thank you so much. Thank you, HVAC. Said, this is almost like one of the weight loss videos you did. They truly don't like a black man's SOS. If you can't be healthier, then why is that man there? Exactly. So let's continue to the next point.
I run my household with. I'm not saying that you're not doing a good job of that, but that's why I run my house with. And when he getting his feelings, he want to come home because I chastise him.
Right. But he don't do that there. I do everything here. I clean his room. I do the dishes. I clean up. He don't do that. That's why he don't ever want to be there. He don't want to be at your house because you run that shit like a fucking boot camp, man.
You can't be serious. How you gonna raise a young man like that? He ain't gonna be able to know how to fend for himself. Cook, clean, mow the grass. He ain't gonna be able to do none of that shit.
He can do other stuff. He can do other stuff.
Who's teaching him?
I'm teaching him. How you? He still got to learn how to be compassionate towards others and be nice to others.
Listen,
you doing.
And this is the foundation of the son husband. This is the foundation of the son husband. It raises these young men that have absolutely no idea how to be men, how to be young men. After a certain age, after like toddler, you done past the toddler stage, 7, 8, you can start picking up some of this stuff. Pick your toys up, put them over there. Make sure to put your dirty clothes in the hamper. Once you get to a certain age, you got to know how to clean this house, clean your room, clean yourself. You have to know how to do it. I have to teach you life skills. Life skills. You got to know how to do that. You got to know how to cook something, clean up, have proper hygiene, and you're going to have to know how to this teaches how to prioritize. So since you do everything, he ain't never had to put that game down or put that iPad down or put that cell phone down or put nothing down to go do something else that was more important than that. You are teaching a man, a young boy who is going to grow up to be a man in a world that does not favor men, in a world where men have it, you got to go ahead and put your nose to the grinding stone as a man. She's setting him back into the stone ages. Talking about he got to be compassionate. No. If you want to be the nurturer, then you do that. But he has to have the balance of the man that is going to structure and discipline him. And in that role of being the nurturer or the soft space, you cannot undermine the system, order, and structure of the father. You cannot do that. See, it should have been a problem with the son. No sooner than he text or call me. What you call me for? What? I want to come home. Why? What's wrong with you? Man, dad tripping. What? Man, he up here talking about, man, I got to do all this cleaning and stuff. Man, I got to do all, I don't feel like doing all this stuff. Boy, if you don't hang this phone up, I don't want to hear that. If your spirit didn't dial this phone, don't you dial it. I need your ghost to dial this phone. Because as long as you still breathing with your earthly lungs, don't you call me. Talking about you don't feel like, man, he tripped. Man, if you have to see me before visitation with your daddy is over, you're not gonna like it. How about that? Don't call me no more. That should have been the conversation between her and her son. Don't you stop texting me every time you get in your feelings and your daddy say something to you. Don't you? No, I'm not coming to get you. I'm not gonna come get you. He ought to say it because I got to beg you to get up. Matter of fact, since I know you don't like it, let's up the ante. I'm gonna send you over there some more. At this age, he's actually the age where he need to be with his father. He's at the age where he needs to be with his dad. He do not need to be with her. She is ruining him. He will be nothing. He will be the type of dude that these chicks is running around calling sassy. He's gonna be the type of dude that these chicks swear to God that they don't want because he want to go 50-50 and he want them to do all this. All these men want to be chased. They want to have princess treatment. That's because his mammy treated him like a girl. And worse than a girl. Because I promise you at 12, 13 years old, I wasn't getting pampered, baby. Teaching him to look towards women for guidance. She's teaching him to look towards women for guidance, to look to women to save him, to look to women to tell him what he needs to do, to look to women for system, order, and structure, to look to women for his purpose, to look to women. That's what she's teaching him how to do, to look to women. Women got to do it. Now these chicks, he wanted me to do this and he wanted me to do that. I'm not his mom. This is where that comes from. See, hyenas be gaslighting and lying a lot of stuff, but sometimes it has a kernel of truth to what they talking about. It just be their fault. It just be the hyena clan's fault that is like that. They don't like it when it negatively affect them. But saying that some of these dudes out here want their mama, that's real. And that's where it comes from. He gonna be one of them type of boys. Like the man said, he gonna be a mama's boy that don't nobody want. Who wants a mama's boy? Who want a mama's boy? Yeah, my mama come first, man. My man, what is you talking about? Man, you don't cook like my mama. Yeah, they be Jodies. All of them Jodies. Or he'll be the one that he just run through women. He treat them badly because he's angry with his mother. He's angry with his mother for doing that to him. Angry with his mother for Xing his father out. When he become older, he'll understand what his father was talking about, and he will detest his mother for that. See, right now he a kid, so he down for doing whatever. He down for whoever gonna let him do what he want to do. But as he get older, he is not gonna like that. He gonna take that out on women. He gonna run through her. He not gonna know how to treat her. The bubble is gonna get burst real bad because he's gonna end up trying to be a son husband to another woman. She gonna compete with his woman for his attention. He gonna be trying to do all this simp stuff that his mama said work on women. He gonna realize it don't work, and that women are not like that. Women do not even appreciate that type of stuff at all. His whole heart gonna get broke. Now he gonna be mad. Now every woman can kiss his whole butt. He ain't trying to hear none of them. It's gonna take him forever to find his manhood. It's gonna take him forever to know how to handle and apply his masculinity. It's gonna take him forever to find his purpose. It's gonna take him forever to find and to set his value system in the right place in a way that will benefit him. It's gonna take him forever to do that. It's gonna take him forever to do that. And he's gonna make mistakes that may land him in jail, may land him in the earth, or just he'll be the dude that make 1,000,001 string of bad decision after bad decision, and then finally he wake up like, I cannot do this. And who knows what condition his life will be in by the time he gets to that point. She's setting him up for the failure of being a man. He's going to fail the man test that life make him have. Life is going to give him a man test in consecutive order, and he's not going to be able to pass. This is the failure of single motherhood, especially in the Black community. Especially from what she said at the end. Go ahead, I don't need you. Yes, you do. You need him desperately. That's the crazy part. She needs him desperately. And so that boy need that man desperately. He'll be soon in dire straits. This is the same boy that when he turns 17, 18 years old, she gonna turn on him and put him out and and ask him why he don't know how to be a man. He gonna be laid up with 2-3 baby mamas, ain't taking care of nobody because he don't know how to take care of himself, let alone somebody else. And he gonna still be somewhere with his toe cocked up, rubbing his feet together, playing Fortnite. And she gonna be mad. You don't know how to be no man. Whose fault is that? Who set him up for that? Then she'll want to put him out. He got to go ahead on somewhere. It's time to learn how to be a man. It was time to do that now. When he's 10, 11, 12 years old. It's time to do that. The time is now for that. This is why they say women can't raise no men, because they don't know what it takes to be men in the world. They don't know man code. They don't know what to do with no boy that's coming into his manhood. They don't know how that feels. No idea how it feels. Only men know how that feels. What it's like to be a 12-year-old boy. What is it like to be growing into your manhood and have all these different feelings and thoughts and different experiences? He don't know how to take them experiences without the guidance of a man who already been through them and can guide him like, hey, you don't want to make that mistake, man. I know you feel like this here, but the reality is you don't want to do that. Trust me, I've done it. I know, all right. You cannot listen if you want to, but I'm telling you. And then even if he hard-headed and go through it anyway, he won't be able to say nobody told me that. He be like, man, you was right. You was right. Yeah, I was right. So maybe you'll listen now sometime when I tell you something. He's not going to know how to set system, order, and structure if he don't live under one. Good leaders are only good leaders when they learn how to follow first. I'm going to repeat that. Good leaders are only good leaders when they know how to follow first. Good leaders are good followers. If he's not a good follower, he can never be a good leader. Because you have to understand what it takes to follow a lead, to put yourself underneath a system, order, and a structure, and have to make sacrifices to be there. Then once you get into leadership position, you'll know what you're asking those who follow you. You know what you're asking of them. You know how they feel. It stops a man from being a tyrant. Men become tyrants when they don't know how to lead. When they think leading is just dictating and telling folks what to do and get mad and raising your voice. That's what women think leadership is. It's not. Men who have real leadership, they're not tyrants. And the reason that they're not tyrants is because they actually understand how to delegate and how to communicate to those who are following them, how to follow them best and what best they need them or what they need to do in order to support the leader the best way. They know how to articulate that to them. I need your help this way. I need your help that way. And that helps everything. That's good leadership. Men do not understand leadership until they get under followership. That's why a lot of rudderless boys go to the military. Because they be that's why they go to gangs. You understand? That's why they hit the street. That's because they're looking for, I need to be under system, order, and structure somewhere. Because I don't know how to do that. And my mind automatically tries to do it, but I don't know the first step. And that's a problem. So a lot of boys that didn't have good father figure or no father figure at all or anything like that, they'll go to the military to get it. And once they go to the military, if they have natural good leadership qualities, they will get into that like, okay, this is what system, order, and structure looks like. This is what doing what you don't want to do looks like. Getting up 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, exercising for 3, 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? Running such and such miles, then coming back doing a bunch of hard labor. I don't want to do that. But that is where men learn that life for them a lot of times mean that in some way, shape, or form, they're going to have to do stuff they don't want to do in order to get results that they actually want. So he'll know that in order to get this result or that result, whatever result I'm going for, then these are the level of sacrifices that I got to make. I actually don't want to do it. However, I'm not going to let me not wanting to do that stop me from doing it, though. They learn to prioritize things. You know, I can't just kick my feet up. I would like to, but that's not going to be able to be done. This is why there's a quote unquote pay gap. Not because the jobs are literally paying women less money, is that the men don't stop working. You got men that's been working 10, 12, 15 years straight, never took a sick day, even though they were sick. Never took the days off, never took their vacation time, never just worked. So that boy don't know nothing about being a leader because she will not even allow him to be a follower under his father's SOS. That's the first SOS you're supposed to be under, boys and girls, your daddy's SOS, to learn how to be. Both of you are learning followership. How to be a good follower. What does that mean? Again, when men understand good followership, then they can go on to be good leaders. Because what is a leader other than one who actually serves the people that he leads? Does not a man that is the leader of his household serve his household? Is he not serving them? Yeah, he's serving them. Is not the leader of a community or the leader of anywhere where there's a group of people, there's a level of service that's coming from him to them. They benefit off of what he's able to do. So this young man here that don't know how to do nothing for himself because his mama is doing it for him, this one is going to be lost. We only got a little way to go. Just one more.
Not too much on him,
I'm
man.
not doing too much. You're raising this boy to be too goddamn soft, man.
What you mean by soft?
Look, at the rate he gonna end up being a felon on the street, a fucking mama's boy don't nobody want, or you gonna end up being gay. One of the three.
Okay, but you already have a son that's gay.
But I didn't raise him. But that's just my opinion.
So you saying I'm raising him, I'm turning him to be out to be gay?
That's not what I'm saying. See, you trying to change the whole narrative. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about me disciplining my son and you not being an interference. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, look though, that's not how I discipline though.
See how she tried to completely spin that way off into a tangent. This is how they do. This is how hyenas do. Hyenas will say something to try to get you off on a tangent. I hate that, man. I hate that kind of arguing. I hate when people talk to me like that. I hate when people talk to me like that. We are talking about apples. How dare you start talking about jackfruit? How dare you? You know we talking about apples, and here you go with jackfruit and pineapples. How dare you? I'll knock all this stuff off the table. How dare you do that? Don't talk to me like that. No, we are having a conversation. Well, you know, is you saying such and such, such and such? I don't even like that phrase. Well, what's you saying? Is you saying that? That's just some foolishness. Because you ain't even asking that to get clarification on what's actually being said. You just trying to spin it off. I don't like nobody to talk to me like that. I don't like that. I don't like answering questions with questions. All that circle talk. You're not even trying to get to a resolution. I don't want to talk no more. Well, why you don't want to? I don't want to talk no more. Well, what you saying? Nothing. I ain't saying nothing. How about that? No, you ain't gotta shut up. Yes, I do. It's either gonna be me or you. I refuse. I'm not joining in with that. I mean, we gonna either get to a resolution or we ain't gotta talk. I'll shut it off real quick. If I see it going that way, spinning into a circle, just arguing just for the sake of getting argued, I'm not getting riled up like that. You don't get me riled up. I will let you argue by yourself. I'm a big proponent of you argue over there. And when you get done with that and you want to talk and we resolve whatever it is, then I'll be more than happy to talk then. But all that circle talk going round and round, getting all riled up for no reason, no, I'm not doing that. I'll shut up in a hot second. Because you just want to hear yourself. You just want to argue and be upset. I don't want to be upset. So in any case, I'm going to stop sharing this because we get the point. We definitely get the point. Let me get to these last super chats. Thank you. Frederick said he must learn to be emotionally available. Thank you, Ms. Beshua. I feel you. I'm a firstborn. So 12, 13, I was taking care of others. Exactly. Thank you, Mike Check. Said kids will always take the path of least resistance. Mom laugh now and cry later. Thank you, HVAC. Said like with Kobe, he was a follower, then became a leader later on. Jordan had to learn to follow first, then the leadership come after. Thank you so much, Terenzo. I grew both civilian and military, yet having walked through the valley of the shadow of death, master and myself. They better let these boys go to the boot camp route versus the jail boot camp route today. I feel you on that. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that and for the 2 cash apps that I received, DM and SH. Thank you so much for your contributions. Go ahead, jump down in the comment section. Thank you. Miss Beshua said a good fictional example is Trey from Boys and Hood. His mom saw him acting up, smelling himself, so she sent him to his father. Exactly. But thank you so much. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.